welcome you to the ACC on ESPN. The Cameron Crazies are back after the holiday break, and they're ready to go. And so is Duke's Player of the Year candidate, Cameron Boozer, who is the #1 scorer in the country. Duke has won 24 straight at home, and today they take on number 24 SMU. Duke at 14-1, 3-0 in the ACC. SMU winning the opening tip. They're 12-3. They just popped into the top 25 after a win over North Carolina, but then they lost on Wednesday to Clemson by 4. Getting it downstairs for B.J. Edwards, and a nice start as he knocks down the two-pointer. First jumper on the way here by Toombs is going to knock that one down on target from three-point land. SMU with their starting lineup, and as Jay Will says, they can score. They're getting about 90 a game. On target is Edwards. He's 14 points a game. He's making about 37% beyond the three-point line. Toombs with the touch, the turnaround in the lane, gets it to go, and a foul as well. You would have thought, because of the loss of a great player for the Mustangs, this score would be reversed. And finally, on a long bomb, Isaiah Evans will knock it. Up top here for Pierre. He can be a really good scorer. He's 18 a game.
He loves to operate. We're also talking to John Shire earlier today. He said they've been having one of their poor stretches defensively their last several games. At Florida State, at Louisville, haven't really been clamping down on that side of the floor.
B.J. Edwards was at Tennessee on a Sweet 16 team a couple of years ago. Toombs with another touch. The talented freshman up against Boozer, knocks it down.
You think Toombs has something to prove against the Boozer twins, considering they lost in the national finals last year of high school basketball?
I think that is the case, and another one of the Boozers on target.
I really do believe that Caden Boozer is the missing link for this team. His progression and maturity from the point guard spot, considering he's a game manager, is what could really take Duke to the next level.
Boozer, yeah, it's Semenya in the corner, knocks it down.
And then finishing through contact, and then Caden Boozer, we talked about his vision and playmaking ability.
After a bit of a nightmarish start, but they didn't exactly panic. Boozer with a one-hander, up and in by Gunbo.
His defensive ability, his ability to win 50-50 balls and extend the floor with his outside shooting is going to be critical to this team as well.
Gutolo trying to get position underneath, able to do that. Wow. He'll slam it down. Boopy Miller out with the flu. Edwards with a shot clock at 1. Knocked away by Sarr, and a shot clock violation.
To make an impact just on the offensive end. And when you've got a chance to watch Sarr.
They played 26 minutes off the bench against Louisville. He drew praise from Shire for his outstanding D. As you mentioned, that's the biggest reason he got the start. The slam.
That's not the way it was the first 3 minutes of this game.
Gutolo, 1 foot in the paint. No, that won't go. Brown with the save, right back to the big. He'll hook it up and in. Could have been too many. Boozer from three-point land and knocks it down with the shot clock expiring. SMU to keep it.
The shot clock dwindling down, being contested, showing you that his net rating is higher than the past 5 National Player of the Year net ratings by 5 points.
Edwards up against Sarr, and that'll rattle home.
Are salivating over the ability of Cameron Boozer as a complete player.
Evans, yes, sweet touch there, two-pointer.
Over the last 2 games, the rest of Duke has made 9.
Rainbow jumper, that won't go for Edwards. Second chance is up and in. Good work underneath. Evans looking to penetrate on the spin. The kick for the open shooter, Sarr. He'll drill it from three-point distance.
Finding a way to stay in this game, and it all started with a strong start.
Toombs has 10, but a quick answer. Waking up. They erased that early deficit. They've been hitting.
Evans should have slowed it down. He should have had a set.
Something that Shire has talked about, settling for the 3 a little bit too much.
I think there are some things he needs to continue to improve on defensively, which is why you see him in and out of the rotation, and also being a freshman with that. But the simple passes, and then also defensively continue to improve. He'll spend more time on the court.
Caden Boozer a little approaching the 1 minute mark here at Cameron Indoor. Semenya underneath and a slam by Gungba.
He's coming back from a foot injury, but great read, great reaction, and what an even greater finish by Gungba. 1 of 4, only 4 shot attempts for 2 points.
Toombs has provided good offense and a three-pointer for the freshman.
This is where you see Duke invert the ball screen, a guard screening for a big.
But they forgot about number 12. And Cam Boozer, no one picked him up. 9 points for him off the slam. Way downtown and knocked in, and right on cue. That's Pierre. Jaron Pierre, the 6'5" senior from New Orleans. And that's how the first half comes to an end. SMU cutting it to 6, but Boozer left free for the slam.
I think deep down he knew we were probably going to see Maryland a couple more times.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, at the end of that game, he said, none of you guys celebrate. Evans as a flamethrower with size. 6'6", a guy who is unconscious and bad. And then, you know, I was able to get hot a couple of times, and Shane was able to keep me on the guardrails. Man, this kid is feeling it.
13 for Evans. That leads to a very fast timeout by SMU. We'll take the break as well. Duke on a roll with the Crazies back, 47-35. And getting the threes in the air. Isaiah Evans, who is on some kind of roll himself, continues it on this Saturday afternoon.
But drive the lane and attack the rim. Show that versatility that he continues to improve on year by year.
Igutolo getting exactly what he wanted in the lane near the 10. He has 6 points. With the great Shane Battier and Jay Will, of course, the heart and soul of the national champs in 2001. Swished in by Caden Boozer. He's had a nice day. Sarr lines up a long one, but that clangs away. And Washington out of the pack with it. Trying to cut in. Pierre with the drive will lay it in.
I think when you have those types of experiences together, it helps with your rapport on the court.
Semenya will drive it. Shot clock inside 10 as he slams on the brakes. Caden Boozer again. Gets another one.
And good job by Semenya to step through and not want to be strong with the ball for a kick to the corner.
Edwards, a little turnaround. That'll rattle home. They need a lot more of that from B.J. Edwards. SMU ranked number 24. They're in the top 25 for the first time since 2017. And Washington's on target from three-point land.
Transition defense was critical for them in getting back to three-point shooters.
Boozer to his right. Got it up there, and it goes. He wanted a foul, too, but no whistle.
They talk about a guy at UVA, Testa Ritter, and one of the best players we have in this league. It's like they can bulldoze their way through a wall and still complete the play than anybody else in college basketball.
Approaching 13 minutes. Cam Boozer straight on with a triple.
We had one play we ran in college, and it was just Shane Battier and I in a high pick and roll. As a guard, when you come off that PNR at the top of the key, that big one we've had here at Duke University.
Oh, and by the way, playing elite teams, 5 or 6 teams that they've beaten in the top 25. Meanwhile, SMU came even without their point guard. And 21.7 assists a game, back in the hotel because of flu-like symptoms in Boopie Miller. That's a tough angle shot by Semenya, and he's off to the foul line as he banked it in.
In that category, North Carolina still want to see their guard play make improvement, but Caleb Wilson, one of the top players in the country as well.
They got it to Toombs right there. They're going to have a lot of things go right to hang in that game. Indiana does everything to perfection. Toombs again, 19 points for the freshman.
Well, Toombs doing a great job of just really working when the ball is rotated from the weak side and carving out space down low on the block.
Underneath Gungba, he'll slam that down off the feed from Cam Boozer.
Entry pass, which is something we don't talk a lot about in college basketball anymore. And then the interior passing of Duke. Once again, Cameron Boozer catching the ball.
Toombs again. Edwards shovels it back to the freshman, and 2 more. He is the man today.
55% from the three-point line and close to 60% from the field.
Gungba again to his right, and he finishes.
Testa Ritter is one of the best bigs in the country, and their mature guard play is what can make them very dangerous when it comes to March.
Against also a nationally ranked opponent, SMU number 24, Gungba. Yes.
Gungba just absolutely taking his time. Scream and one. His post presence is.
Reversing field, and will lay that one up and in. B.J. Edwards with the basket. Way downtown, but short. Rebound right back to him. He'll drive it, scoop it, and he's got two. And don't look now. With about 2 minutes to go, it is a 3-point game at Cameron Indoor.
Nicotillo did a great job there sealing Gungba, opening in that lane for a drive.
They go inside to the money man, and Cam Boozer knocks in two. 16 points. B.J. Edwards.
Slip look opposite.
It's Toombs.
Those are the plays.
Duke has been unable to break away today. SMU as sticky as it gets. Here's Evans. Got it!
Green, look how he actually hits the defender. SMU is forced to help. He slips to the weak side. And that is what Isaiah Evans does. A flamethrower at 6'6". Great job. And that's the ability of Cam.
Had 27 points and 12 assists in that win. Washington lines up a triple. He hits it. They just won't quit today. 78-73. Pressure on the ball to Foster. Away for Boozer. And back to his brother to kill some more clock.
Got a foul. Got a foul.
Finally due with 20 seconds to go.
Seeing them play in the same jersey their father wore is a pretty special moment. And I just want to say thank you for the opportunity of you letting me experience this on the broadcast.
Well, I thought it was great, and the affection between you and Shea Batty, very, very, very genuine coming through today.
Well, for the amount of times he yelled at me, it's finally time he gave me some damn affection.
Well, so we went to the Wayback Machine, but looking forward to the Duke Blue Devils as they are now 15-1, 4-0 in the ACC. SMU gave them everything they could handle today, despite being really shorthanded with the loss of the great Boopie Miller. In the end, Duke prevails 82-75. That's your final today.